On holiday. Okay, back to the thing. Also, but before we do that, those who slay together stay together. That's why it's called that, is because Chiodos' song. And also, if you didn't know already, you could go to my, um, if you go to my channel, I think it's just, I don't know. Ow! Fuck's sakes! I don't know what I called it. If I called it the title of the song, or if I just called it like Left 4 Dead music video. Basically, I took. Basically, all I did was take the opening to the game and put this song over it. But I timed it pretty perfectly. I'm proud of it. I don't know if Chiodos really gives a shit. If Chiodos, if that band actually watched that and was like, "Holy crap, this is awesome," that would be amazing. But it's wishful thinking. I guess that's. Of course, it's wishful thinking. I just keep playing. It's gonna be the same episode or whatever. Oh, look at that! The fucking controller turned off. Oh, at least it is working. Call it. Ow. Ow. Call a vote. Oh, I can change the difficulty. Which would just be me voting, I think. And fuck off. A little help here? Could you help me? Fucking racists. Well, if Francis if Francis is willing to help me, then obviously that's saying something. I mean, I don't think he's a racist. He's just a dickhead that hates everything, including Canada, which is why I don't play as him. And, well, I don't play as Zoe because I get to look at her ass, I suppose. Really? I like playing as Bill. God, you just keep on getting vomited on, Bill. Are you into that? You kinky son of a bitch? You shouldn't smoke! That's what happens if you smoke, you become a zombie. Or something. Molotovs over here! God, I love this game. And also, this is the first game, not the second game. Because, like, yes, these levels are in the second game, but they're so much better. Wait, are these just... Alright, yeah. The fucking player characters don't want to fucking... Remember, don't smoke. Because if you smoke and you turn into a zombie, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, so does it? I don't understand the, like... I know I just... Oh, oh, I just, like, shot him in the head. Apparently, the characters not only are immune, well, they're not immune, they're carriers. If you didn't know that, the spoiler alert for fucking Left 4 Dead. Well, I guess it's a spoiler for the comics. If you haven't read the Left 4 Dead comics, you need to read the Left 4 Dead comics because it explains some things in between, I think, and it explains that they're not immune; they're carriers. So it's like like the pandemic, where there are people who weren't getting sick, but they were spreading it. Except it's not a zombie virus. Thank fuck, because I wouldn't be here right now. probably be dead if it was a zombie virus. Well, I would be dead because I am not immune to COVID because I got it once, and I mean, I just felt weak. Fuck. Yeah. I really hope no one fucking gives me any bullshit about me continuing to say ow, ow, ow. Like, God, people now, like the young people, I'm gonna, no kids today. No, like, see, fucking Reddit obsessed fucking 15-year-old hairless orphans, which is, that's just what I say because I want to fucking insult them as much as I can. Basically, most of the Sidemen and Beta Squad's fan base. There was a Beta Squad video that JJ was in, KSI was in, about choosing the black person out of the thing, and they said something about white people not being able to dance or not having rhythm. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah. They meant dancing, even though there's tons of white people that can dance, but also rhythm isn't just dancing. Have you ever heard of a drum set? Maybe like those black folks like have don't no don't care about drums, but there's plenty of black people that are in a band or like rock music or like drums. And well, one of the greatest fucking drummers out there right now. Well, I guess I don't know if it's right now, but a really good drummer, which is Travis Barker, Blink 182's Travis Barker, has played the drums for rappers. Meaning, instead of like beats on a computer, it's someone actually playing the drums, which I think is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea instead of using a computer. And obviously, it takes talent to make music on a computer, but it's more. It's. I would assume that I would be more able to create beats on a computer than I would be able to play the drums because of my dexterity. Ow! But yeah, I said something about not having rhythm or like because of my dexterity because I have tumors all over my body. And I said tumors all over my body. I'm pretty sure I said all over my body. At least I said tumors, plural. And then some fucking dipshit was like, no, you probably don't have a tumor. He probably doesn't have a tumor. Meh, meh, meh. So people, these fucking kids, and it's kids, it's probably more teenagers than 20 somethings and 30 somethings. Well, considering they all fucking sidemen think that being 30 makes you old. Or do they just keep on making a joke of it? I don't know. Do they also not know that gray hair is not just from old age? It's also from stress. So if Josh Zerka, if Zerka, Josh, I don't know, I don't think Zerka is his last name, but if Josh, aka Zerka HD, um, has a bunch of gray hair, maybe he has gray hair from the stress of the rest of the Sidemen. But anyways, like I'm expecting those kinds of little dipshits, little shits, to give me attitude about continuing to say ow and like assume that I'm faking it or something. But a week ago I had a tumorous cancer. God fucking damn it. A cancerous tumor removed from my neck and the chronic pain, the shocking that I was experiencing before that just hasn't gone away. The 99% of the cancer is gone, and the giant fucking tumor on my neck is gone. But so I look a lot better. Still not I'm not gorgeous. I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I'm like like I'm not like gorgeous, but I'm not hideous. And I think I'm like maybe I'm slightly above meh, like slightly above average. I don't know. No, that's being full of myself. I don't think I'm particularly attractive, but I don't think anyone thinks they're particularly attractive. I don't think anyone thinks that they are attractive. Like, I would assume most people don't think they're attractive. Most people, like, I guess most people are not, don't think as highly of themselves as other people do. Like, if you constantly talk about how attractive you are, you're conceited and arrogant and full of yourself. I mean, if everyone is constantly telling you how good looking you are, then you're allowed to do the same and be like, "Oh, I'm so good looking." But it's going to get annoying if you're constantly like, "Oh, I'm so attractive." Okay, Zoe. Jesus. Oh, Zoe. The model for Zoe was going to be the model for Chell in Left 4 Dead. There is a is it a Left 4 Dead 2 map or Left 4 Dead 1 map where no, yeah, it's Left 4 Dead 2 where you actually go to Aperture Science and there's a whole fucking thing. I think. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Did I finish my thought about Left 4 Dead maps in no, I don't think I did. I think that's when my lyrical alarm went off. Speaking of peels. Um the maps, the Left 4 Dead 1 maps in Left 4 Dead 2 change a whole bunch of shit. Like, they take out certain shelters, so they're harder. And I don't like that. Like, I mean, I could play them on easy, but fuck it. Oh my god! Jesus, the zombies are fucking racist today. Hello? A little help here? Fuck. Yeah, Francis hates Canada, so fuck Francis. God damn it, where's the fucking boomer? Oh, drag and drop. Okay. I am streaming still, right? It is all working. Like, is everything good? Willing to help me, then obviously. Oh, it's too live. Oh, it's too live. Crunch. No, no, don't. No. Fucking Zoe. Fucking Zoe. Oh god, is my fucking voice gonna actually be good enough? Oh god, is my fucking voice gonna actually be good enough? Ow! So, is this black web microphone that I bought from Walmart not good enough? Like, ow! I haven't ingested any THC since last Wednesday, and they were weed cookies. I had 3. But the next day, 1 week ago, I had the I almost said tumorous cancer. A cancerous tumor removed from my neck was discharged on Saturday, which was earlier than I thought. They had originally said like 4 days, so I thought, okay, Monday, which originally I was okay with more so because I was going to have stuff there. Didn't think that I was going to like. My parents would bring my laptop every day, but I was just hanging out with my parents, so I didn't want to start watching shows or going on my laptop when my family was there. I was talking to them. But really it wasn't that long because like, well, the surgery before mine took a little longer, which pissed me off and my mom off, but it's not about it taking longer. It was about no one coming out and telling us what the fuck was going on. So I went in like a few hours late and then I had to wait a few hours to get to the fucking room because the nurses on the floor were, well, there was someone that was an emergency patient, so that's okay, they needed a room. And then the cleaners were taking forever to clean the room and they weren't getting a bed available. And then there was a nurse on, like, that was in the recovery room and she was fucking mad. Like she was calling up there saying, we can bring him up in a stretcher and put him in the hallway so we can see his fucking family. I don't think she swore, but like they were just refusing to let me go up there, and it was so long before I was able to see my parents, and then they were gone, and I wasn't able to sleep that well. And then the next day, my parents came, and my brother Mike came, and my grandparents were there, but I was happy until later on when everyone was leaving, and I was upset and crying, and then I couldn't sleep that night. But it was Friday night, and so it was the second night there, and then Saturday morning they took these fucking drainage tubes out of my neck and said you're good to go today. Like originally it was gonna be like Monday, and then they said like maybe Sunday. So I was happy about that. I was like, hey, it's gonna be another night. I was like upset that I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and then there's gonna be another night. But like they had said, I'll probably take the tubes out tomorrow on the Friday, and yeah, and then they took the tubes out. Like there were these things when they took the tumor out, there was like a gap, so they had to drain the fucking blood or whatever the fuck was there. And that's why I had these things attached to my neck, and it was really hard to fucking move around, and I had to be careful, and it was fucking annoying as hell. But, the Friday night I downloaded a bunch of Legends of Tomorrow, I downloaded a bunch of episodes of Fringe, I downloaded all three Harold and Kumar movies, and Pineapple Express. So I don't think I wasn't watching Pineapple Express until Saturday, I think. But like Friday night was a little better because I mean, like I woke up in the middle of the night and then I just was like, "Fuck it, I was able to walk and I just kind of wandered the halls over and over again with Fringe and Legends of Tomorrow, like alternating between episodes and mostly letting them just play. I had this robe on, well, robe over my um gown or whatever, and having that in my pocket, and then my parents got me a fucking stuffed monkey. Which you can make fun of me, but when my grandfather had a heart attack, he someone bought him a bear, which was stolen. Fucking who the fuck steals a stuffed bear from a hospital room? Like, that's the definition of a cunt right there. Whatever fucking cleaner stole my grandfather's teddy bear. Like he had a heart attack and he was pissed. I mean, he was like, it's a stuffed bear and he's an old man, but he was still angry. Like, it was kind of funny. It wasn't funny that he had a heart attack, was in the hospital. that was really scary. Um, well, he ended up okay, and he's still with us. My dad had a heart attack one time, and that's really scary, and it's really scary right now because like with well before before I got the diagnosis, the cancer diagnosis, there was like stuff from the biopsy that kind of said something about cancer. So my parents were like kind of assuming that I had cancer, so they were stressed about that. And then when I got the diagnosis, they were stressed about it, and they were probably stressed that I was stressed, or like upset. And I just, and they're still kind of stressed out because, well, I just I hate the fact that I can't do anything about me stressing my family out because it's not anything I'm doing. It's because I'm their kid and I'm in pain. But, like, I don't want that stress to reach a point that it happens again. Or my mom. Like, when my dad had the heart attack, I was like confident that the doctors were gonna help him and save him, and he was all right, and he's all right now. But it started to worry me, and like now, like I thought that I was excited for the fucking surgery because I thought that not all of the shocking, obviously, I've been I've been getting fucking electric shocks for my fucking nerves, this fucking stupid fucking tumors, and it is like an electric shock. It's on my nerves. It's electricity. It's that's how fucking nerves work. We are electric systems. Like computers were designed off after the human body, basically. Ow! Ugh. The veins are like wires. Not veins, nerves. Veins are like uh, okay, never mind. Veins are for are cardiovascular heart, not your nerves. But like I thought that oh, I came out of the surgery like completely fine. Like that night I was fine, and then the next day my parents were expecting me to be groggy and in pain and upset and just not wanting to do anything, but I was fine. I think I was fine. Well, I wasn't in much pain. Well, it's because they cut open my neck and it's numb. It's still numb. My ear is numb. Like some of that might not go away. God, I'm babbling on. Is there anyone even watching the stream? No. Or well, I don't know because fucking YouTube. Because the web page for YouTube Studio isn't showing the chat wasn't showing the chat properly. Why am I not surprised? And this is gonna be ow! Malt's ice? Good. Um Hunter! Fuck! Why is it always me? Would I be getting this amount of fucking shit if I was playing as Bill? Damn, fucking racist fucking zombies. Oh my god. Like, seriously? Okay. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to close the door, but... No. No, 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 no. No. I know how to play this game. None of you will survive. Thanks for the vote of confidence there, buddy. Shut the fuck up, Francis. God damn it. Because, like that, if you look at there... Oh, wait, am I wrong? Ow! Yes, they do. Like usually if you heal yourself and shit beforehand, then there will still be more health. Like you want to like not lock the door because no cure. None of you will survive. Watch me. Keith waited 3 days at the meeting spot after we got separated. I can't wait anymore. Meet me at Mercy Hospital. Krista. Oh, we're going to the hospital. Radio is saying... what? Fairfield? Corking? Entire city is gone. If you can read this, leave. Sarah. Jen is fine. Meet us at Riverside. Aaron. You ready? Oh boy. Oh, I don't know why I'm... Did I turn my light off permanently? Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Over there.
It's so annoying. Like, I don't think, like, there'd be many people saying that I'm lying. Oh my god. God. I choose to fucking let the game choose who I'm playing as, and it puts me as Lewis. Like, if I chose to play as the old white man, would I still be facing this kind of fucking shit? Oh, fuck off. Come on, I'm not into that. Puking and shit. Not being puked on, fucking... Puke me, daddy. I mean, if he's okay with me puking all over his cock, you know? Oh, and that's another thing. Fucking... the Sidemen. to, all of them are straight. Like these people seem to think that saying sus doesn't make them homophobic. Like calling every little fucking homoerotic thing anyone could do sus is just okay. Like calling something homoerotic suspicious, which is what that means, they can't speak. They can't just say words. They have to say sus. Like, sorry, but that you are a fucking homophobe. Like, if you're calling it suspicious, then that implies that it's like criminal. If you're constantly like so offended by anything slightly homoerotic, then you're an asshole. Oh, I really like the way the AI in this game works because if you're doing really well, the game will throw a horde or a special infected at you. But if you're doing terribly, the game will take pity on you. Will be merciful, just like the hospital in this game and in the one that I was at, Toronto General. Fucking, well, not too pleased with them in terms of the NF clinic where the first time we went there, me and my folks, there was a doctor that was just like wonderful. Like we didn't have a problem with anything that was happening that day. And there was a doctor in training who was really good looking. They were both good looking actually, both ladies. Um then the second time we went, it was completely different. That doctor wasn't there, so I just don't have one doctor. It was some old fucking hag. Well, no, it was people asking questions again, people asking for the history again, which I don't know why Sick Kids Hospital didn't send out things, or why Toronto General couldn't get it from Sick Kids, or like go through my family doctor. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like asking my medical history and if my family has NF and blah 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 blah, and then they were asking about using my blood for something, and then like I've had to postpone MRIs, not lately, but I had to postpone certain MRIs. Like I had to stop the MRI and get out because one time my leg started fucking hurting so badly in the MRI that I could not stand the pain. Like I was moving my leg and they kept on saying, "Stop moving, stop moving." Well, I'm sorry, but I'm in fucking pain. And they just don't seem to get it. Like it's a giant fucking vibrating machine and I have tumors on my nervous system. So obviously it's going to affect it. That never happened before. So I guess maybe the leg ones just started growing and then that happened. Um, I definitely know that I've been in an MRI machine before that where I was not under anesthetic or something like as a kid. Um, well, yeah, because I remember having a rag over my eyes because I was crying because I didn't want to be there when I was a kid. Whatever. Like one time my dad drove me to Toronto. I think it was Toronto General even, um, or something at like midnight. I had like a fucking MRI at like in the middle of the night in Toronto, and my dad had to drive me there, and I couldn't fucking do it because my leg was so fucking hurting so fucking much, it was so fucking painful. Correcting my English there, correcting my fucking grammar, my English, my words. And this fucking old hag at Toronto General is just like, "Oh, did you put a pillow under it?" I was like, "Well, I asked them to. Once it started hurting later, I had it. Oh, well, just do it from the beginning." Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, do you not understand how pain works? Pretty sure when your leg is fucking throbbing in pain, like killing you, putting a pillow under it isn't gonna fucking help. And then because of COVID, of course, the next 2 years were me talking to people who I couldn't fucking understand over the phone and just answering questions answering questions that I really couldn't answer because they were just like, "Oh, where are the tumors that shock you, and how often? They're all over my body, and it's random. I'm not gonna, I don't have the fucking precise coordinates of every single fucking tumor that's shocking me. Like maybe I should have written it down, but when I'm in pain, I'm not like, hey, I should write this down. I'm like, fucking ow. And the tumors have been shocking me since I was 20, so it's been 6 fucking years. Like, the first time I was at Jordan College, I was sitting in a classroom, and the tumor on my side started shocking me. And I don't know if I cried out and anyone saw it, or like, I think maybe it only shocked me a couple times, or it was right before the end of class. I'm not actually sure, I don't remember. But I've been dealing with that for 6 fucking years. And more and more and more, leaving me fucking bawling my eyes out because it's not just the pain, it's the anxiety of waiting for the next one. Like, it could be it shocks me a couple times and then it doesn't even shock me again for a few hours, but I don't know when it's coming. So I'm like, fuck. And it started happening with more and more ones. Like there's one like under my big toenail. Like it's like fucking kicking a wall. Like having a toothpick on your toe and then kicking the wall. Imagine that. Or right under my foot or on my legs. Like there's one on my leg that is so sensitive that if it's hit, that it actually hurts. Like when my sister and her kids lived here, they got like a little kiddie pool, which was actually really like it wasn't that big or it wasn't that small. It was all right. It wasn't a huge pool, but it was like a cold hot tub. Like it was actually nice to just sit in. And I couldn't like I couldn't play with the kids like because if they hit my bum, I would fucking scream in pain. And also there's one on the top of my left leg so that I couldn't have them sitting on my lap for very long. Which means like I can't have a kid sitting on my lap, so I won't ever be able to have like a woman sitting on my lap, you know? Unless they fucking take that out. Can't wait to fucking be in the hospital for days because of that. There's gonna be fucking drainage tubes in my leg. And I was watching Fringe the other day, and it was talking about Bellini, some disease, and it's a show. But the guy was like, he lied because he thought that they were going to get in trouble for treating themselves because basically he said there's only so many people in the country with the disease, so that the pharmaceutical industries won't make enough money, so they don't give a shit. And that's basically how I feel is the same thing with neurofibromatosis. Not enough people have NF, or it's not well known enough, so no one's actually trying to figure anything out. The Toronto General fucking neurofibromatosis clinic is like a research clinic, so they don't even fucking know what they're doing, really. Like, oh, like, but then I got cancer, and people care about that, but lots of people have cancer, but I'm pretty sure Family Guy was right. Maybe there's not a cure that's hidden somewhere that's locked up, but it absolutely pays more to treat cancer than it does to cure cancer, which is why there's not a cure. Like, so much money has been poured into cancer research. Has any amount of progress been made? Like, has anything good come of that at all? And also, the month of May is Neurofibromatosis Awareness Month, but that doesn't get a lot of light, does it? But the next month does, doesn't it? Fucking, like, the next month where companies exploit people's sexuality and gender to make a buck, and like Marvel and DC create fucking one-dimensional superheroes who are basically just the only thing going for them is being gay or trans, which is, and the thing is that a lot of those characters are written by gay people and trans people. Like, so it's gay people writing one-dimensional characters whose whole personality is fucking being gay. But then there's other people who I'm sure there's lots of people who are comic book readers who are not straight, who are fucking sick and tired of that shit. Like me. Fucking hell. I mean, that's, for the most part, I'm straight, so whatever. Uh, I, um, yeah. Neurofibromatosis Awareness Month doesn't get much, much light, but fucking Pride Month does. Like, haven't we come to a point where where being gay is normalized enough to where you don't need a whole fucking month and you don't need parades and stuff? Like, be gay, but don't have a parade. And also, why are gender identities conflated with sexualities? Like, people who are fucking homophobic and transphobic literally say, oh, like, don't understand what a fucking acronym is. Like, LGBTQ. Every single one of those letters is a different thing. Although, lesbian and gay are the same fucking thing. I don't know why women women who are homosexuals have their own word. Like, gay applies to men and women who are homosexual, but lesbian applies to women who are homosexuals. Why did the men not get their own term? Where is the equality? like, like, no, fuck me. Like, why not just call them? And like, homo is still seen as a fucking slur or something? Homosexual, heterosexual, bisexual. Like, gay people are homo. If a straight person is hetero, if you just shorten it to hetero, then a gay person is homo, not a homo. Well, you can say a homo, but you can call a straight person a hetero. Those words are like those root words. Oh my god, ow! Like a homogeneous. I learned this in grade 10 science class. I didn't compare it to sexualities, but I kind of figured it out from there. A homogeneous mixture is like a mixture where you can't see the different parts, so it's like made up of the same thing, like ketchup and or a smoothie. Well, if 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 uh if tomato is a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? Um, like ketchup or a smoothie or like different like drinks, you don't see the different parts. It's a homogeneous mixture. But salad is a heterogeneous mixture because you can see the different parts, and so different different things like different sexes. There's no bi mixtures. Um, I got to keep on opening my. Yeah, there's no one watching. How long have I been going? Because this is going to be going on YouTube, and I'm going to have to. So have I been going? Because this. Wow, the low latency, and it's actually really close to where I am. Low latency, and it's actually really close to where I am. So if I put it on ultra low latency, then it would be like really live. Ow! Fuck. Why hasn't the lyric kicked in? Well, if the lyric had kicked in, I'd be fucking drowsy as hell, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to bed now. And then I'd wake up in an hour and a half because of the pain. I'm pretty sure that was what was waking me up before, and the coffee. Because I would wake up and then smoke weed to go back to bed. And then in the morning, sometimes, this fucking, like, paralysis feeling on the fucking bumps on my chest, where it's like, frozen and numb, and like just that week that I was the reading week when my parents were at a family reunion, which I didn't want to go to because I'd be fucking miserable, or I'd be, I might have been distracted, but I didn't want to take that chance. But I was miserable at home, fucking crying out in pain, screaming because I was in so much fucking pain, and the fucking shocking, and the fucking breathing, like, oh my god. Did I get to the point? I thought that once the tumor was out, that the pain on my neck and my chest and the freezing was gonna go away, but obviously it wasn't connected to that. Or maybe they're connected to to more tumors on my fucking spine. Like, the tumor on my neck was connected to, came from a nerve on my spine, or like there's a tumor on my spine that I don't even fucking know. But like they got 99% of the cancer out and then took a biopsy of the rest of it. Took a little chunk of the rest of it out to, um, so I guess wouldn't it be more than 99%? They took the fucking it was bigger than they thought it was, and it was like a really sticky tumor. And I think all the nerves that they were afraid of hitting were attached to it, but they were able to peel them off. So, like, I could have been, they could have, like, if something went wrong, like, I could have been without a voice, or I could have sounded like, the Dark Knight version of Batman, where he sounds like he's gargling marbles. And for some reason, people think that that's the best live action version of Batman, where he's like, as opposed to in the '89 movie where he's like, Batman, I'm not gonna kill you, but I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me. What are you? I'm Batman. Like, and where Bane sounds like a fucking idiot. Oh, but it's better than the Mexican wrestler version of Batman, who's not, or Batman, Bane, who's not Mexican. He's from, oh fuck, not Santa Monica. Fucking, oh, I don't, Santa something. He's not fucking stupid. I fucking, oh, just, I don't think my brothers, well, no, they haven't read the fucking Bane storyline from the comics, but like, they probably only think it's stupid because they played Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, or Arkham City, not Arkham Knight, where it's that version of Bane. But, the version of him that has the venom, and which is funny because I don't even know. I haven't seen the Dark Knight trilogy. I just know enough about it to fucking hate it. Like, everyone praises Heath Ledger's Joker, and yeah, rest in peace. And he fucking went crazy or something. But that's just not the Joker. I'm sorry, but it's not the Joker. Like, there really hasn't been a good representation of the Joker. At least the version of him from the comic. Like, the version from the Arkham games, and which is basically like the version of him from the cartoon, is pretty accurate to the comics. Like, that is the Joker. Mark Hamill is the fucking Joker. And sweet fucking Jesus. When I found out that here we go. When Kevin Conroy died, I cried like a fucking baby. It was the day after he died, which he died on a Thursday, which is appropriate. I hate making that joke, but it's, and I made the joke like a day after. It wasn't meant to make fun of him dying. Like, I was standing in class on the Friday, like waiting for my teacher because I needed to get his help with something. And then I saw it on Instagram and I was like, what? And I like cried all the way on the bus. And like, I'm a fucking weirdo. Like, I didn't know the man, but if I didn't watch Batman the animated series when it was on because it was in the 90s and I was born 1997, and I guess I didn't wasn't able to catch Justice League at all, or maybe I didn't like DC Comics enough. But the Arkham games, like Kevin Conroy didn't just play Batman. He was Batman. And they're doing like a cartoon Crisis on Infinite Earths, which could very well have the DCU people and the fucking the 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 characters from the DC AMU, DC Animated Universe, and the DC Animated Movie Universe, and then the Tomorrowverse. But Batman is dead. Like, I think, no! No! I think at the least, the guy that played Batman in Arkham Origins, because both Batman and the Joker were played by different people, which they did a good job. That guy can play Batman. If anything, I want him to play Batman because he was the fill-in for Kevin Conroy in that game. Granted, he was playing a younger version of Batman, so I don't know. But like, he died on a Thursday because it's Thursday. Yeah. But yeah, like, oh, and he wasn't offended, I don't think. But they fucking disrespected him and that character so fucking much in the CW Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, as usual, you know, they had to have the one live action version of Batman who was it was just Bruce Wayne in like a Dark Knight Returns like metal suit or whatever. He was a dickhead. He was an asshole. So I didn't like what they did with that character. They fucking disrespected Bruce Wayne so much and fucking his cousin and the men are all assholes and the women can do no wrong. Typical bullshit. Where was I going with that? I don't know where that fucking train of thought began. Smoker? Where is the fucking hunter? Ah! God damn it, man. Fuck. Ow. Ow. Where did that train of thought actually start? About Batman, um, the Dark Knight trilogy. Dark Knight version of right, yeah, my voice. I started talking about my voice ends up could make me sound like I'm fucking rinsing my mouth out with gravel, like Christian Bale's Batman. Which, like, seriously, in the '89 version of Batman, he's like, I'm Batman. And then there's a scene in Batman Begins where he's like, I'm Batman. Or I could have been like, my arm could have been fucked up, so I could have been like, either like lose the use of it or use some of the use of it, or something could have gone wrong with my lungs. But everything went well. They did a really good job. I think one of the doctors said we didn't do a good job. It just was good or something like that. Like they didn't do an exceptional job. They just did their jobs. But I still think, like, I still want to thank them and stuff. I still thank them and everything. I didn't see the main doctor after that, the main surgeon, but I saw him right before I went under, right before I fell asleep under the anesthetic, which they didn't even have me count down. I was just breathing in the oxygen mask and they were putting the new IVs in me. And then before I knew it, I was waking up in the hospital bed or in the recovery room. And then waiting 3 hours to be able to see my fucking parents because of these fucking dickheads on the 10th floor who whose asses must have been jealous of their mouths with the amount of shit coming out of them. And the doctor didn't say that, but they said the amount of shit coming out of their mouths. And then I got that because I think was that in a one question go? Someone said that to KSI? Yeah. So, and there's like, and now I'm getting fucking sharp pains in my head and on my back and then my neck. I'm just worried that I'm going to become paralyzed or I'm going to get more cancer. It's a constant fucking nightmare. And, like, of course, of course, I was fine for the most, like, I don't think I ever had much pain. If I did, it wasn't, like, if I had shocking or whatever, like, I didn't really complain about it, like, it wasn't bad. Um, of course, everything was fine before I was an adult, like, sick kids hospital. I was completely fine until I was an adult. Well, until 2 years later, when people, you know, gave more shits about me because I was a child. Obviously, people care more about children than adults. Um, and then, 2 years later, I'm sitting in college and fucking zap, and like, I almost would like be walking to go down the stairs and like I almost fell down the fucking stairs and yelling in fucking pain, and now it's just going on for past 6 years. Okay, I've only gotten through the second safe room, so, oh, and I'm on fire. I am on fire. Oh, was it this game or the second game where it was banned in Australia because there were black zombies in the New Orleans area map, and that was racist or something, or like insensitive because of Hurricane Katrina. But I don't think they were supposed to be people who drowned. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be people who were infected by the fucking zombie virus. And is it racist to have an accurate demographic in a video game? Like, there are lots of black people in New Orleans, in Nolans, right? Like, that's not wrong. Like, how long after Katrina did this game come out, or was it the second one? I think it was this one. I'm not sure. Whichever one has New Orleans in it. I think it's the second one. Is that the southern states? Kill all sons of bitches. That's my personal instructions. Official instructions. Report unusual behavior. Barricade your homes. Avoid all contact with infected individuals. Wait for official instructions. Kill all sons of bitches. That's my official instruction. Wham! I love the fucking trailer for that game. Thanks for the pain pills, Bill! Another fucking hunter? You know what? The hunters can go after the white people. I am white, but, Wait, does that mean I have rhythm because I'm playing as a black guy? I mean, he doesn't have neurofibromatosis, but, you know. Neurofibromatosis treats or affects all races and genders and or sexes, not genders, because gender is not a physical thing. People really don't understand that. They're not the same thing. Um, like people who are like so against trans people, like, oh, gender is a fact, or like, no, gender is gender roles. Gender is different in different cultures. Sex is not. Like, gender is the roles that connect to sexes that sexes play. Like, you know, there's some, I don't know, like, obviously gender roles have also changed over time. Like, for fuck's sakes, fucking racist ass zombies, man. I'm not actually serious. I'm joking. Oh God, really? Sorry, Bill. I didn't mean to do that. I remember when Twitter wasn't garbage and it's garbage again because Elon Musk is kind of fucking shitty. I don't know. He's gonna like give us all free internet, but no, he's another fucking person that people hate because of his views on trans people. Well, he said like, "Oh, I'm not cis." No, you are cisgendered. That's oh, light off. There's a witch. God, I can never fucking do anything with the witches. Does the music start playing? Like, ow! Where is the witch? Fuck's sakes! A little help here? Thank you. Don't startle her next time. Well, excuse me, princess. I didn't mean to. I was being attacked by a fucking smoker. Thank you very much. Pipe bomb over here. Peels. I fucking love Lewis. Back in the day when you know you didn't get suspended from Twitter for when you didn't have to put in your phone number, where you could like make up a fake email and just fucking put it in. I made a fucking well, I had a bunch of roleplay accounts, but I had a Bill roleplay account. God, those were the days. Hello, hello. I'm on fire again. Ow. Another fucking hunter? Really? Really? Is it because I'm so damn good at this game? Or because I know where I'm going? Good. Oh, I guess I can turn my light on again. Assault rifle! Yes! My favorite gun! M16 assault rifle. Fucking tank! Okay, sir? Maybe I should put up the difficulty myself. Ow, fucking hell. I haven't even gotten to the second save room, and I've been playing for so long. Streaming for so long. Ow. Ugh. Fucking chronic pain. Ow. I don't even think the fucking shirt was ever bothering the bumps. I don't even know. Yeah, I guess it was just rubbing against them. They're kind of sensitive. They're not sensitive like that one on my leg. Fuck me. And like they only do something about the tumors that are malignant or like that are causing problems. Like if they're not causing a lot of problems, they don't not that they don't care, they just don't have a need to look at them. I don't know. Okay. Molotov cocktail. Pails. Place for me to hide. And maybe I should put up the difficulty just because I'm doing so well, because then if I put up the difficulty, I won't do as well, and then the game will have mercy on me. So I'm like cheating the system. You ready? Here they come. Fuck. No, go do the fucking this. Oh no, oh no. Francis and Zoe are down? Really? You were a veteran, man. Okay, stop shooting at me. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I really wish they would make another one of these games, but we all know that Valve doesn't know how to count to 3. In fact, so much that when they made a third Half-Life game, it wasn't Half-Life 3, it was Half-Life Alyx. But Half-Life Alyx is not Half-Life 3. But apparently it's not a spin-off. Sorry, but if Gordon Freeman is not the main character, then it's a spin-off. Like, Alex is great, but she's not the main character of Half-Life. And, like, I have been waiting for the fucking Half-Life Portal crossover for fucking years.
Thanks. I owe you.
You owe me one, why don't you suck on this dick?
Ammo here.
It's unlimited ammo.
Weapons over here. Ammo here. Don't sound like a sissy, but I'm hurt bad.
Yeah, I think if you use up all the first aid before you close the door. Ow. Fuck me, man. Okay, I'm seriously like wondering if this is just fucking sheer race. Like now I'm actually at that point where I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Actually, maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Maybe all the special infectors are going after me because I'm the only fucking human being playing the game. The rest are AI. Thanks, Francis. You know, he hates stairs and elevators and vampires and Canada and all that other stuff, but at least he doesn't hate black people.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Proceed to Mercy Hospital for evacuation.
Get to the pawn shop.
Run or shoot. Run or shoot. Oh! God, this would be terrifying. I would have died a long time ago. I probably would have been infected and died. Where's the boomer? Where's the boomer?
Safe house.
Oh yeah, the comics actually like show you the origin story of where they were um before the apocalypse. Like Bill was in the hospital, a veteran. Lewis was in an office building. Like, he worked in an office building. That's why he's got that suit on. Zoe was in college watching horror movies a lot. And Francis is a biker, so he was in a bar, and then that happened, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, I get to shoot things! Oh yeah!" Oh, that's how you crouch with the fucking bumper. I'm so used to fucking pressing the left stick down, which I'm pretty sure that's how you do it in Portal. That's how you go. Okay, that's how you spin around. Okay. Oh God, no, 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 no! What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Fucking tank, really? Ow! Bill's dead. We're all down. Oh fuck me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm with you.
Stay still. I can help you.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here. Um, might go to a different game.
Oh shit! This
Fuck me.
hallway looks full of zombies.
Yes, there's more zombies. Lots of zombies. I'm gonna get this because yeah. You don't need to. I don't know how they have unlimited ammo. How does that work? And like this, like glitching through it. I'm gonna have to go through that whole thing again. Ugh. Uh, oh, oh yeah, and like depression, man. It's depressing me. But yeah, like I came out of like the next day on Saturday or Friday. I was like happy go lucky, sort of, until the night when I couldn't sleep. But that was the second night. Like ow, ow! I wasn't able to sleep the first night, and eventually got to sleep when they gave me some pills, I think. I don't know. I didn't sleep that much. But I was enjoying the day, and then I was like fucking like so upset that I would have to stay there like maybe 2 more days, like till Monday. But then and have the drainage tubes in my neck, like fucking, because I had to be very careful, and they were attached to my gown, and it's a whole thing. But I was able to walk the second day, so I was going for a walk. That's when I started watching Legends of Tomorrow and everything. Um, and then yeah, like the next day, the doctor came. They were literally saying like probably have them out tomorrow. Um, so Saturday. And yeah, the doctor came that day, and I thought I was gonna have the drainage tubes out Saturday, and then I'd have a day of still having the IVs in me, and then another fucking night, and then another whole day, and another whole night, and then I'd be discharged. But the doctor came in, was like, "Oh, ready to take the tubes out," and he's like, "You can go today." And like I was able to get up and take my gown off and just have my fucking house coat on, and I was able to go down to the main floor and get a drink, and and like that day, like my parents were coming late because they weren't gonna come. They weren't gonna come as early in the morning because they had things to do, or they laundry, or they just didn't want to get up at the crack. Stupid, um, which is fine. And my brother and his fiance, or common law wife, is my sister-in-law, um, and assume I'm probably my brother's best friend. We're gonna come up and we're gonna go to this atrium on the fourth floor and hang out. But that morning, the doctor's like, "You can leave today," and it didn't really take that long. I messaged my mom on Facebook Messenger and was like, "The doctor said I can leave today," and so I think they came up. They didn't come up early. It was around when they were leaving. And yeah, and my brother didn't end up coming up. He came over when we got home with with Vanessa and Cameron. Vanessa being my sister-in-law, and Cameron being, well, his best friend and basically an extra brother of mine. And yeah, and then I was home and been home for almost a week. I looked at my wrist as if there's a watch there, but there's actually a fucking hole right there. Well, scar. Like it's healing from the fucking IV. When I was laying there waiting to be admitted, like waiting to be put into the room, fucking one of the dudes like fucked up with putting the IV in my wrist, and it was like bleeding and shit. And I was okay. I didn't give a shit. It was fine. I wasn't dying from it. And like the other was it doctor, other whoever, it was like, didn't we say non-dominant hand? Like basically, like you're a fucking idiot. And then they put it on my left hand, but they still needed to put one in my right hand, and I had those in. Like I had fucking things attached to my neck, and then attached, like I had to be careful with the tubes, the things, and they would keep on emptying them, and I would keep on. Oh, I was hoping that they would come out that night, Friday night, because possible. Uh, but like they said, probably tomorrow morning, and so yeah, I was expecting that. Yeah, I was gonna have the drainage. Like I was gonna be there another couple days, but I was at least gonna have the drainage tubes out. But no, they said you can go home. But like I kind of, it was kind of like when I wasn't able to sleep, and I was just kind of wandering the halls over and over and over again, and no nurse said anything. They were okay with me walking around at night in my gown with my fucking stuffed monkey in my pocket, and well, I wasn't walking around watching something. It was mostly just having it in my ear. Uh, yeah. Um, like one headphone off, like the headphones on my head, and one side off so I can hear properly. Just walking around, like, going around the hall as much as I could, and then back to the room to fill up my water bottle again, and then out. Like I would go somewhere and sit for a little bit and watch a show, and yeah, I was actually kind of enjoying that for the most part, like because I couldn't sleep, so I had to do something. And then eventually I went back to the room and I fell asleep and like morning is like 5:30, but like but it was okay because I woke up and then a little while later the doctor came in and cut those out and said you can leave today, and I was like, fuck yes. I still can't lift anything over 10 pounds until a week from Saturday, or maybe a week from Saturday, and like I'll give it a day or two after that. But yeah, I think I'm done with this. It is a stream, and since it's the whole the campaign, like the first campaign, I will put them together into one like thing. Uh, I guess, but like I don't know if I should do an outro for this because I died. I'm kind of just wanting to end it formally so I can turn off the stream and then go get a Coke or just go into my bed. Okay, so yeah, I failed, and I will continue through the Mercy Hospital campaign in the next one, I suppose. The next stream, definitely, obviously, but you know what? I gotta stop. I think I gotta stop doing streams. Like, obviously, it's not like Twitch where they're just gonna disappear, but like, what if I say something in it, or like there's copyright things in a video, like, or 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 for some reason like gets age restricted. If for some reason the video is just taken down, like does that happen? Like, does YouTube allow you to? Does YouTube warn you before they take a video down of yours? Because I think they should. Like, I obviously am not going to be downloading all these streams until I get around to it, which is going to be a while from now. But I mean, holy shit! Before I end the stream, before I end the episode, I have. No, some of my professors are fucking shit, but some of my professors are fucking wonderful. I had sent this email to all my professors on Sunday morning, explaining that I got out of the hospital and that I don't know, that I'm not gonna, don't really want to go into the school, and like I literally can't lift my laptop bag. I guess I could have. It probably wasn't one of them. Oh no, all the stuff in it and the backpack, yeah. So I really literally couldn't go to the like literally can't go to the school for 2 weeks or whatever. But my God, one of my professors was like, "Okay, I've put everything on hold, so you can take as long as you want, really, even past the end of the semester to do um, the assignments and exam. But I think I've done every lab that is not optional, that I have to do, and I'm pretty much almost done that. I guess I'll have to just wait till the final exam is taking place to do it, and that I can do online at home. Um, Another class, oh, my relational database class. He basically said, I'm just going to exempt you from having to do any more assignments in the final exam." Like that's like one of the nicest things anyone has ever done for me. I mean, the others didn't. The one that said she put it on hold didn't do that, but it's fine. I mean, she is still being generous and still being nice. And then another one said that It's like another one just is like, well, you're. I don't know if I. He's like, you completed everything, but I haven't. Like my Blackboard records indicate that you've completed everything. But if you go into like there's the last two assignments have 100% grades, but nothing's been submitted. And him saying his Blackboard and him saying to me that he's seeing that I've completed everything makes me think that he doesn't know that it happened like that. But I think he's just being really nice, and I don't know. And he even opened the module exams again for me to do it, but I have 92% in that class, so I'm good. So there's two classes that I'm done, and the other one I'm pretty much done. I might be able to do the exam early. Another one of my professors literally did not answer that email, still has not answered that email, and I sent him an email the other day, on the same day that I sent my scaling networks professor an email about the opening the module exams, and he messaged me the next day. His fucking professor, my cloud computing professor, hasn't responded to the original email, hasn't responded to the next email, just doesn't want to do his job. And like, I had written a whole thing about like what they had said in the email and like which assignments are were overdue because I was not in the mood to do schoolwork that week, last week, and my wretched cunt of a math professor was just like, I'm gonna wait until wait for instructions for Mr. Tone Issue to do things. I don't know if I've told that story, but this math professor who I already failed her class in the first semester, not because I was terrible at the math, but because she would I was honestly trying hard to do this, but one thing she would on ratemyprofessor.com, there are complaints about this woman going back to 2005, not just about math, but coding classes, where she treats her students like absolute garbage, and she basically is one step away from actually calling them idiots. If she teaches a math concept, and then expects people to do an assignment within less than 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, but if you take too long, she's like, come on, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long? You know this. Like, and one time she actually snapped at me. I didn't ever say anything about it because I was like, whatever. It was one time, or I didn't have anything else to complain about, but like multiple people failed that class, and I didn't have time I didn't have time to think. Basically, I was taught a concept, and then I was forced to do an assignment on it within 30 minutes, and basically like got so many bad marks. And some of there's these quizzes that you can do over and over and over again online, which the quizzes that you get to do over and over again have a time limit of 3 hours, but the ones that are one time only have a time limit of 30 minutes. What kind of ass backwards world is this? Like, like the ones that do it that you can do over and over again should be 30 minutes, which is like, if you have 30 minutes, then you can still go into the previous attempt and see what the answers were, which this woman refuses to check any answers on any Blackboard quizzes, which, okay, so, was it, oh, fuck, uh, thoughts or shit? Something where it's like a thing where, or and, the disjunction, conjunction, like, there's many, like, a bunch of different concepts of the same logic, and one of them is like, if it's negated, it has a line above it. But in the previous attempts, when you go into it, the line isn't there. So if it's like A cup or like A or B, or like I gotta. It's hard to explain. It's like a U or an N, but it's not a U and an N. It's a cup and a cap or whatever. Like you'll see bracket A U or or cup or cap um B bracket, but there's two of those because one of them had a line in it in the actual quiz, but when you go to check the answers to see what you did wrong, you don't know what if you forgot. Like obviously, when you do that, you're just trying to do the give the answers, and you don't think about remembering it. Like you have to record your screen to be able to tell what you did. So doing it over and over again, you don't know if what answer you even put in, or like I guess you just have to remember. But she refuses to check the quizzes. One time there was actually a wrong answer in her quiz. Like I got it wrong. Not quiz, it wasn't the over and over again one, it's the 30 minutes one. I got the answer wrong, but her answer was three numbers off. Like, and like I wrote all these things down. I wrote a whole bunch of shit down about like from when I previously had the course, like her yelling at me for doing the wrong math, which they were two very different, very similar things. Circuits and logic circuits. Like like a circuit with a circuit being closed or open with the or and the same logic, and then another one with these shapes, and they're very similar. And I used the wrong one. She snapped at me, like, and I didn't do anything, like I said. But I wrote this down. I wrote about freaking complaints going back to 2005, like how she expects you to know things before you've been taught them, or do a concept immediately. And the fucking associate dean was like, "Oh, it sounds like a tone issue." Like, really? A tone issue? Snapping at your students for making a mistake and basically calling them idiots. She might as well be like, "What the fuck is taking you so long, you fucking idiots?" Basically, that's what she says. That's what she's saying in her head, really. Like, one step away from calling her students idiots and actually yelling at them, snapping at them. And it's a tone issue. And she gets in no trouble. And, like, all those people failed the first semester, and there have been complaints about this woman for fucking 18 years. And someone even on Rate My Professor even said she expects you to do an assignment within 30 minutes that you just learned. And like someone even quoted, "You should know this," which she has said that. I'm pretty sure she said that when I was in the class. This semester, I only went to one of her freaking classes. The first class I wasn't there because I hadn't added the class. I'm babbling on. This the end of the episode. Um, but I want to talk about this. Like, after I failed that course, it should have been just added to my next set of courses immediately. Like, she said that I had to pay for it. I never had to actually pay for it again. And so I think I took too long to look for it because it was Christmas and it was like, it was the worst time for me to. I wasn't thinking that I had to do it right away. And then when I looked for it, it was all this Toronto shit, and I couldn't get into the math class. Because I talked to my coordinator and my program coordinator, who's not a program coordinator. He doesn't fucking coordinate shit. Because the professors don't coordinate shit. The there's too many. There's a lot of programs that you have to put on your computers, or like um the whole hybrid class thing with some online classes, some in-person classes, and like there's this one class, two classes that are in the same classroom, one after the other, but sometimes one is online and the other is in person. So if the later one is in person, I have to go to the class, go to the school. Well, I think I just didn't go because I didn't need to. Um, but like I would basically have to go to the school sit somewhere and watch the virtual class and then go to that classroom because, you know, 3 till 6 and then 3 till 5:50 and then 6 to 8:50. So I would have exactly 10 minutes to get to the college, which, if the buses ran properly, I wouldn't have time. I'd be late. Ugh, ow. And then like a in-person class and then the later one is online. Like, what the fuck? I think I just didn't end up going to those classes because information security is like scaling networks where you really don't have to go to the class because it's all online, or it's not as much as scaling networks with the Cisco Networking Academy thing. Um, yeah, I don't know, but the the first class, like on Monday, she's the one that said you can take as long as you want. Basically, you can take past the semester to complete your assignments and do the exam. But I'm gonna end up doing it by the end of the semester, anyways. The second class of that day, that's the guy that just hasn't emailed me back. I can't even do one of my assignments because my Azure for Students subscription has ran out and my free credits are gone. And he's like, "Oh, it's like a cent every thing," but I'm not paying for that. I think I should be exempt from having to do that assignment because of my situation, and like there's one of those left. There's assignments that I can do, so I'm doing those ones. But if he can't be bothered to answer his fucking emails, then why should I be bothered to do his fucking assignments? Like, he is a professor. A lot of these professors are like, I don't answer my emails on the weekend. Like, isn't it your fucking job to answer your emails? Isn't that the better time to answer your emails? Like, oh, the students have to spend their weekends rushing through, like, stressing and rushing through assignments, but the teachers get to kick back and relax. Oh, and that fucking cunt, not the one on in the first class, not Nicoletta, Anju. She literally, back then in the first semester and the one time I went to her class, had assignments where the Tuesday class, it was assigned on to them, like on the Tuesday, and it was due basically a week from that Tuesday, it was due. But us on the Friday, it would also be due that Tuesday. So the Tuesday class got a week to do it. The Tuesday, what? Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or I don't know, or Wednesday, whatever. But like, I was on the Friday class, meaning our assignments we get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days as opposed to 7 to do an assignment. And I told the associate dean that was part of the thing, and I guess he talked to her about that, and she lied through her fucking teeth. Like, I swear, she literally talks about the fact that she assigned it on the Tuesday, and I was like, what? Like, I didn't argue it with her because I don't want to get into it with a teacher. I mean, I got my back up and said I went a little too far in an email, and she's like, "Oh, it's bullshit about the student code of conduct and accountability," and people were trying to meet with me to basically lecture me on how to treat a professor that treats their students like shit. I guess there's no professor code of conduct. The professors can expect you to do something within 30 minutes that you just learned. Act like you should already know something that you're being taught. Yell at you when you've made a mistake. Basically call you an idiot. Basically call a whole group of people idiots. Like, I could text one of my old buddies from the class, get him to text the other one, and there's several other people that I could get to vouch for me. If I could get a hold of most of that whole class, they would probably agree. that she is a wretched fucking cunt. And I can say that. I don't really give a shit. But then the Wednesday class, Tuesday is the guy that said I'm going to exempt you from having to do anything more. Which, that's definitely the nicest professor. I don't want to say he's nicer than Nicoletta, because she's still really nice. She is totally okay with Chat GPT, because like most professors act like would say it's cheating because it's plagiarism or whatever. But this woman's like, okay, if you had a job, of course your employers would want you to use that because it gets the job done quicker. They don't give a shit if you used your own words, or like, depending on what it is, but like, of course they're going to do that. And she was okay with using ChatGPT as long as you do your work as well. And fuck, I've been fighting with ChatGPT to get links that actually work for references, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to. I added a plugin that really didn't do anything, and then yesterday or today, was that today? I think I found the plugin yesterday, and then I continued it today and submitted the assignment. There's a plugin on ChatGPT that actually does help you, and it finds the right links, and yeah. Well, I didn't really make sure that every link had the right information, but I just trust it. And if the professor trusts it, then I trust it. Um, like, so she's nice. She didn't exempt me from having to do anything else, but whatever. I'm okay with it. The easy assignments. It's no big deal. Even cloud computing isn't like, they're not hard assignments. It's just the fact that this man can't be bothered to do his job and answer his fucking emails. Like, it's been nearly a week. Like, the other professors pretty much answered right away, saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that you're out of the hospital. I hope you're doing well, blah, blah, blah." This man couldn't give less of a fuck. And it's not like I didn't send it to the right email. Well, originally, his email on Blackboard was written wrong because there was no period between Dennis and Major. And I told him multiple times that his email didn't work, and he basically didn't believe me. Like, just can't believe that he had done something wrong. But he's a nice guy, so like, I don't get it. Like, he's nice in the class, but he acts like you're a liar, and he doesn't want to answer his emails at all, ever. And then, what? Tuesday is the guy that said I'm exempt. I didn't really like him that much, because he would just go on and on and on. Like, the class would basically take the 3 hours, because people would be asking questions about things that we wouldn't learn yet. So he would teach things that he would have taught us later. So he was teaching us extra things because of these people asking questions. And, if I wasn't in pain and whatever, I'd be a little annoyed, but I'd probably sit through it still. But like, because of all the pain, and like, one time I was there for the whole class, and then I went home and I threw up because I don't know what was wrong with me that day. But like, there's been days when I just left in the middle of that class, or if it was online, I was like, fucking whatever. I don't think I left my classroom, but I just kind of ignored it. and like, even the math classes, like, I guess I haven't. I don't really need to attend the online things, but I would just turn it on and mute it. Yeah. Wednesday is Linux automation, which I can't fucking stand. Because this man is like, "Oh, you know enough from the last 2 Linux classes that you should be able to do all this shit." Bash scripting is so fucking complicated It's nothing like Python. And we didn't learn enough in the last two Linux classes. For one thing, there was not that much scripting, and we did it so infrequently that we didn't really need to remember that much. And like, I just hate it so much, and just using a lot of Chat GPT for that. But making sure that it is actually working, like making sure that the assignments actually were right, but he still hasn't marked the second one, and I don't know if the third one, like I just put into ChatGPT, it was like, does this adequately follow everything? Yep, okay. Link, submit. Couldn't fucking care less. I mean, it's not. It still was trying to make sure that it was right and it had the right things, and I wasn't just taking it from ChatGPT and submitting it. I was trying to do two things, but I like I would take fucking forever to actually do those assignments, and I don't know what I like. There's not a separate assignment page on Blackboard for that professor, and it's like the way he sets up things is so complicated, and he's like, old man who thinks that he knows everything and he is better than everyone, and like his ways are better. It's like my Python professor who was literally like, "Oh, this LinkedIn learning thing, oh, it's better than YouTube," and like really just like doesn't know a thing about YouTube because you can learn. My dad like praises YouTube for having guitar lessons that he's learned from, and you can learn. There's so many educational things on YouTube, and these LinkedIn learning videos were not meant to have notes taken from them because it's a video. So the person is referring to what's on the screen, and I have to like add things into it so that the notes made sense. And like, oh my god. And I got out of having to write my notes because I suck at writing things out. Like, but he was like, he wanted us to have handwritten notes. Is my fucking stream even still running? Yeah. He wanted us to have handwritten notes because we could just take the transcript from LinkedIn Learning and paste it. But I was like, okay, couldn't someone just write out the transcript? What the fuck is the difference? And he would say, "Oh, in order to really learn Python, you need to practice it every day and put your fingers to the keyboard." But he wants us to write handwritten notes. Like, what the fuck is the difference? Like, it makes no sense. I'm glad that I got out of that I have an IEP and I was able to use that in order to just to be able to write on the computer, type on the computer instead of having to write it all out because it was taking me forever, and I was like, oh my god, I was writing things wrong and like scrapping paper and throwing it on my floor. Holy fuck, it was stressful. But and I don't know, I think I just didn't it didn't really teach us that well, and the fucking online things where you can't really get him if you're at home in front of your computer, you can't get the professor to come over and look at your at the okay. He was similar to Anju where he would teach a concept and then expect you to fucking do it right away, but you had a few hours to do it as opposed to 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes. But it's the same thing. He would be like, okay, basically putting all the blame on the students, like you need to study the lecture slides beforehand, and then afterwards with a study group. Like, and basically that's it. If you're not doing well, it's because you didn't do this and this. It's not because I'm a fucking terrible professor. And so basically, the way he acted is the same thing that Anju has acted in her coding classes. Like, fucking hell. Thursday is Scaling Networks. Greg, great guy, fucking wonderful, funny. I think maybe he's nice. He's not a hard ass. I mean, he did say in the first semester that even if there was a family emergency, he's not gonna give late things. But like, he's given exceptions for me because I had fucking cancer and had the tumor removed. Maybe that's different. I don't know. Um, and then Anju was just like, I'm just gonna wait for Mr. Tone Issue to tell me what to do about um assignments and tests. And I haven't gotten any word about that yet, but I the guy wanted me to write the course code, the course name, and the teacher, and then I provided what the email response was, which we even said that the one guy did not respond, so it's clear that he did not respond to my email. And so I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a little bit of leeway even more, like because that one professor said I'm completely exempt, and the other professor was like, "You've completed everything. You're pretty much done." And then the other professor was like, "I put it on hold." Three professors are being fantastic. One, the Linux automation guy just said you can take until the end of the semester to do things like you have past the due dates or whatever. My God. And then Anya was, yeah. So basically, I'm waiting to hear about what is going on with the classes that I still have. Like, because that one guy completely exempted me, that could be a reason for other things to be exempted. Like, I still have to do these freaking quizzes that you gotta do over and over and over again to make sure I get a higher mark. When I was in the last time, I missed a few of them. I forgot about a few of them. I think at some point I thought that they weren't for marks, and I was just confused. It was very confusing and very stressful because that woman is such a fucking horrible fucking cunt. Oh my God. Okay, so I guess this is gonna be episode one of a Left 4 Dead Let's Play, I guess. Um, yeah. If you liked me babbling on instead of playing the game in this video, if you liked the video where I played a little bit of the game and kept on pausing to talk about things, although I was talking about my health and talking about different things, whatever. It's like a podcast. Like if you want to just watch straight up gameplay, watch someone else. If you liked the video, hit like. If you really liked it, then subscribe, comment, and share. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Check out the links in the description. Do whatever else you need to do or want to on Odyssey. I'm gonna just stop right there and read you the outro because I need to say I haven't been uploading on Odyssey and haven't been uploading thumbnails because the last time I stopped when I was no longer able to upload anything more because of my credits on or my whatever on Odyssey. I don't know if I have gotten any more in the time that I haven't done anything. Like I should be watching some things on Odyssey so that I it used to be daily. Like you could just go to a video every day and then you would get the cryptocurrency for it, which you can send that to a wallet, and well, if you're not American, you can't take it out, or if you're not American or English, fucking hell, I can't take crypto out of my wallets because I'm not American and don't have an American bank account. Fucking hell. But I got like 40 something dollars in on Uphold because I've been day trading. I've just been basically I get an email about what's selling and what's buying, and I just transfer money yeah, and you kind of get $1.30 taken away from you every time, but I haven't put money. Well, sometimes I put money into it, but I'm just slowly doing things. I think I'm doing it right by looking at the email and saying, okay, so this is the one that's being bought the most, so I'll put more money into that one, and like if it's like one, two, three, four, I'll make sure that they're in that order in terms of how much money they have, and then whatever. And you never know. One time it could skyrocket, but I still wouldn't be able to take that money out. So I'd have to. Well, at that point, if I had a bunch of money, then I would go to the bank and get a wire transfer. I just don't. I feel weird about having wire transfers. Like for, I can't just take the money out. Yeah, but you basically use your crypto or whatever for um promote endorsing your own content, and like you have to pay a certain amount to upload. Um, but you can have a very small amount. Like you don't have to do a lot. You can just it's just if you do more, then I guess it gets seen more. I don't know. I don't know how many views I have on Odyssey. I don't pay attention to my analytics on Odyssey. But the last time I was uploading videos that I hadn't uploaded and then making the thumbnails and putting them on both YouTube and Odyssey. But I'm gonna go to Odyssey and see if I have anything, and if not, I'll have to start watching things. It used to be daily where I would go to a video and then get like a credit or get 100 credit or something like that. But now it's a weekly. I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah, it is weekly. It's weekly instead of daily, I think, or maybe there's a weekly one and a daily one. The Reese Wyral is where I think I discovered him on Odyssey, but now I've been watching him on YouTube. His like every Let's Play he's made, well, his re-LPs because and that they're like 8 years old. Like the first one is 8 years old, so that's him redoing Let's Plays 8 years ago. So like, holy shit! And if you go to this guy's channel on YouTube, he has played like every game in fucking existence. Like he is unstoppable, and that is what has inspired me to play so many video games for YouTube because this man is a genius when it comes to YouTube. Like he um well, that's why I live stream and edit into an LP because that's what Reese does. I think that's his name. I assume Reese like RHYS, like the dude that played the lizard in Amazing Spider-Man and played um Newt Scrimmager or Reese fans. Anyways, I assume his name is Reese Wyral or something like that. I don't know what that word, what that username even means. But I had asked him um, which Let's Plays when he started putting them on Odyssey because I'd like to watch them on Odyssey to help him and help myself. So, if I have enough credits to continue uploading, then I'll continue uploading old videos that I haven't that I've already uploaded on YouTube a while ago, but haven't uploaded to Odyssey because I can't. And I'll start making more thumbnails and oh my god, my playlists are just all over the place. I complain a lot. I've complained a lot about people not making playlists or their playlists being fucked up or backwards, which it's really easy. It does not take a fucking rocket scientist to put your Let's Play your playlist in order. You can literally sort them by the by upload date so that they're in order and you don't have to keep on clicking upwards. Like if number one is at the bottom, then you have to go to two and make sure that you go to three before that automatically goes back to one. Like it's not rocket science. But my fucking Let's Play playlists are all fucked up, so I gotta do that. maybe if I have less and less to do for in terms of college, I can spend my medical leave of absence from work, and if I get disability, then I'll really like if I'm doing nothing, if I'm just recovering, well, I'm going to be recovering. I'm going to be doing radiation, so I'm probably not going to want to do anything. But I'm still going to be um, not going to work for a while, and then once I do, I'll probably, since I'm not going to be in school anymore, I'm going to withdraw. Um, I will work in a different place. I'll work every day. I could even work at the Starbucks or work or behind one or the hot deli or whatever. Maybe one of my old classmates from that math class works at the math class and the program. That first semester, I had a bunch of classes with him, which I think I had every class with him. Right? Fuck. Yeah. Like one of the first days, like one of the yeah no what early in the semester, I had my job orientation. It wasn't an interview, like they were ready to hire me, so it was an orientation at Loblaws, and he's like, "Wow, that's crazy," because I worked at Loblaws, so I saw him a lot at that place, and we talked a lot about math. And boy, oh boy, I haven't seen him in a while, and I don't have his phone number. I think I'll get that from the other guy, Sheldon, um, because I might end up working with him at Loblaws more closely. Went there the other day, drop off my doctor's note. Saw my manager, saw another one of my coworkers that just said, "Hey," like it was just like I think I said "oh," and then they turned around. I didn't really say hello to Jade, but she is great. Um, and then I saw either Brianna or Janelle. No one knows who these people are, but they're non-identical twins. Is it fraternal when they're women? Because fraternal sounds like brothers. And if there's only one term, then that just makes sense because, like, sexism in the past. But, like, sororital twins, um, definitely check out Odyssey and make sure that goes well. And, and I really want to spend some time working on my writing, working on my games, because I am so enjoying doing RPGs, like text-based RPGs. Well, ChatGPT has helped me a fuck ton with making my RPG. That Python class with that freaking nutcase, like he didn't really tell us about the final assignment until later on in the semester, and I was like, I hadn't. He was telling us to work on it, but we hadn't learned certain concepts. So I need to know everything before I start making a video game. And we learned so little, and like we were so restricted on what we could do that like my game kind of well, I got an 8 out of 10, which is good enough. But I had to force certain things. Like there had to be a random thing, a random. You need to import random and use the random module. And so I had to make this infinite thing where like it divides by 0, and if it or fuck, what did I do? Fuck, I forget what it was. It was like a divider spell that divides the enemy's attack or something by a random amount. And if it divides by 0, the exception handling is that it resets everything. The universe explodes, which is a joke. I don't think he didn't say anything about that. He'd be like, ha ha ha. But like the guy, he's like telling us that certain things have standards, and you're gonna have a style guide in certain companies. But like Python's standard like variable. The way that you write out the functions is snake case, which has underscores, but he didn't want us to use underscores, and he had us using the Java standard, or yeah, for variables and stuff, which is um camel case, which is lowercase word, and then everything after that is a uppercase word, which is ridiculous. And but then right after, oh no, I started adding way too many things. I was having way too much fun with it, and taking too long to, like, I was like trying to make certain names activate certain stories, but I was like, no, I have to just do this RPG. I can do it afterwards. And then once I was done with that, I've been slowly making my RPG more and more based on my writing, but then I translated it into a Pokemon game where I'm like recreating Pokemon Red in in Python as a text-based RPG, and then the idea I have, like the ROM hack I want to make, instead of fighting with advanced map and all that shit, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna write it as a text-based RPG, and I can always use that later and translate it into a ROM hack or an RPG Maker game instead of a ROM hack, and just start from scratch and throw in my own fucking um graphics and stuff, because fucking all this AI technology. I follow Matt VidPro and the other Matt. Um, fuck. Um, and there's all these, like, there's certain ones where you can generate textures, and he made a whole platformer just by spending hours in ChatGPT saying, this didn't work, what should I do next? This didn't work, what should I do next? And he made a whole, like, he made a level of a platformer just using ChatGPT and other AI things, AI generator, or yeah, art generators, like asset generators, and it's fucking crazy. The I'm so glad that I discovered Dolly. I don't even remember. I think maybe I just saw it somewhere and I started, and like, it's within a few months, within a few days, like within weeks, it just kept on getting better and better, and the fucking AI art generators keep on getting better and better, and like, I guess I'm paying for Midjourney, but in my Discord, oh God, I'm still going on and on. Um, and like, I've it was hard to get exactly what I wanted, but now I've started to be like a superhero named, and it gives me these fucking images, and some of them are like, it just evoke this like 1950s golden age. Well, that would be the silver age. Um, like superhero stuff, and like putting in me like as the Crimson Clock, like saying a superhero named the Crimson Clock, and it's like it shows this brunette kid in, well, I think I specified, but like it generating this kid in like a red trench coat. Well, not kid. I'm 26, but you know. Well, I guess the well, you know, he's an adult. He's 19. Um, the when I start the story, it's 2016. I've been writing it since 2015, and I just changed it to 2016 because it worked out better. Because I didn't want to write school, because it starts in May, which is not the end of high school yet. Like, I just don't want, when I was in school, when I was a teenager, I would write teenagers, but now I'm just like, no, because I want to have like sexual references, at least hints that people are fucking, and I can't really do that if they're teenagers. Like, obviously teenagers fuck each other, but I just feel weird. I feel, well, the internet is so obsessed with calling everyone a pedophile, so I just don't want to have write about, even hints about teenagers fucking, even if they're my characters and they're fictional, and they're not real, and it's normal for teenage couples to have sex. Like, people are not innocent children until the moment they turn 18. People are sluts. There are sluts that are not adults. Fucking hell. And not slut in a bad way, just, I don't know. But yeah, and my streaming. And also, like, I want to get back into Minecraft, and I figured that I remember back in the day I would use not Habbo Hotel, one of the retro hotels where you get all the credits for free, and you can have the better looking clothing for free and do any room you want. And I was like, I made this whole Fringe thing where um I made that, like, the bridge, and there was a meeting room on their side. But now I can put my own multiverse stuff into that instead of relying on Fringe. Um, yeah. So I'm making a video game. I'm like with adventure maps in Minecraft. There's that. With my writing, like, I've been starting to write prequels and really fucking expanding the story of this shit. Where, okay, well, Earth One Robert or no, Earth One James Forrest, is kind of trapped in the multiverse when he's 7 years old. Maybe either before or after that Earth One group meets the others, and they become obsessed with finding their son, and obviously their friends help them look for their son, but then they get help from the Earth Two and Earth Three people, and then eventually they kind of give up, and that causes that whole group to become villains or something. And Earth One, Robert then, like, raises an army on Earth Two. I guess people who don't like Earth Two Robert, or his father, because Earth Two Robert is a prince, and also basically Robin Hood. Um, and then so he takes over Earth Two so that he can give his children a good life on Earth Two as a prince and a princess, like royalty, like privileged. Um, and Earth One Jimmy is safe on Earth Seven, which is really Earth 3 or 4 because it's run by the water god. Yeah, because I originally Zemus, which is like Poseidon slash a combination of Poseidon and Enki and Loki and Lucifer, and a bunch of other parallels. Um, yes, Lucifer is not even fucking that evil in the Bible. A lot of the devil stuff comes from church and not the Bible. Like, there's so much Christian mythology that doesn't even come from the scripture. It comes from priests saying things, what they want you to believe. But the Bible has a passage where God requests that you kill entire families, especially the women, or I guess, like, underage girls who've had sex, and then keep the little ones who haven't known men by laying with them for yourself, which implies that you're kidnapping and raping a little girl. Oh, great morals in that Bible there. Fucking hell. Like, I see people in comment sections spewing their fucking nonsense. I'm like, okay, like, they're quoting Bible quotes. I'm like, oh, what about the one where God asks you to kill an entire family and kidnap and rape their daughters? The Bible says to do it, so it must be okay, right? No, it's not. Fucking disgusting. And Islam has that in it. There's Reddit. I actually went to Reddit and was looking for it. There's like a Reddit for ex-Muslims and a Reddit for ex-Jews, which they're still technically Jewish if it's like the ethnic group, and ex-Christians, and like mostly looking for people to help me with mythology and like the actual mythological stuff in those religions. I think there's an Hindu page. Ow. It was a while between shocks, I think. Um, yeah, I know that there's like that kind of stuff in the Quran as well, because I don't even know if I should invoke his name, although there are people who are not the prophet who have that first name, but he married a child and probably raped her. I assume it wasn't consensual. Even if it was consensual, it was like a child, it was a little kid. Like, obviously, a long time ago, people were marrying earlier, and like not even at the beginning of the last century, like 20th century, people were like 14 and 18-year olds, like, well, in like Romeo and Juliet, one of the movies at least. Um, Romeo is 18 and Juliet is 14, which is not that bad. It's like well, that is kind of weird. Like, it's like a freshman and a senior in high school, which I don't know why I say freshman and senior. Grade 9 and grade 12, um, being in a relationship. But way back then, people were a lot more mature, but like they grew up a lot earlier. I think I learned in school that the word teenager didn't even exist until the 1950s, or at least teenagers being able to, you know, be kids and be free, and, well, not really free. Fuck. Like, people had jobs earlier, and people basically grew up earlier, and they got married at a younger age, and it was all that shit. But like, marrying a little girl and raping her is disgusting. And the Bible having similar things in it is disgusting. See, what I don't get is like, I've heard, well, back in the day in high school, there was all kind on YouTube, like me watching The Amazing Atheist. It was always it was mostly Christians, and then sometimes it was Muslims. I have never seen a Jewish person shove their religion down anyone's fucking throat or do anything even remotely bad. Why the fuck do people hate Jews so much? Like, greed and corruption, like, that's just human. There's lots of people lots of different fucking groups of people that have greedy fucking people in it. Yeah, there are probably people who are corrupt and greedy who are Jewish, but it's not because they're Jewish. It's because they're fucking assholes themselves individually as a person. Has nothing to do with their religion. And that sentiment, like that fucking anti-Semitism, has existed for so fucking long. Why? Where you're getting your fucking fact from? Why has no one ever been against Christians like that, or anyone else? Like, it's why? Jewish people seem to be the nicest out of those three religions. And Judaism is actually kind of cooler. Christianity is like, it's just, put it this way, if Christianity was an assignment that someone submitted at school, they would be given a 0 for plagiarism, because the amount of influence from Norse mythology and Egyptian mythology and Greek and Roman mythology, like, the resurrection of Jesus Christ comes from like this secret religion that comes from Greece, and then before that it came from Egypt with Dionysus and and Bacchus, and Horus is the Egyptian equivalent. Like, this resurrection cult, like death cult, where Demeter and Persephone and Dionysus were in. There was these plays that they put on in Eleusis, and it was like Brian Murarescu, Murarescu, the guy that wrote the Immortality Key, like, that book about like the origin of the Eucharist and like ancient psychedelic wine. Like Jesus was getting drunk on psychedelic wine in the woods with his friends. He was a fucking hippie. I mean, I believe that there was actually a historical Jesus because most historians agree that there was a historical Jesus. They just don't comment on the religious aspect, like the deity aspect. Like Muslims, I'm pretty sure it's not Muslim, it's Muslim. Um, believe in a historical Jesus. They just don't believe he was a god. They believe he was a important prophet, just not as much as theirs. The prophet Muhammad. I'm just saying his name, like that's his name. I just said that he fucking married and raped a little girl, but whatever. That's their basically their Jesus. Not in terms of the Son of God, but they say that Jesus never even claimed to be a deity, which is really interesting because then like Peter or Paul took the ideas of Dionysus from everything. The things that historical Jesus, the historians believe is that Jesus was a real person. He was baptized by John the Baptist, and then he was crucified. So he was a real person. It just so much shit was tacked onto him. Like holy crap! But like even the Jewish God, like Yahweh, which is not the actual pronunciation, it's just a fucking thing that people did, comes from a Canaanite god of the same name, and like goes back. Just, every god is a fucking copy of a copy of a copy with their own stuff thrown into it. I love that. I hate religion, but I love mythology. And I'm gonna have a good time. Ow! A nice time playing as Poseidon or not Poseidon, Odin, or going into Olympus in Odyssey. Not Olympus, Atlantis. I think that there actually was a lost city of Atlantis. That there was a civilization that existed way before humans. Like people were. There was an actual flood. There's actually geological evidence for lot of flooding in like BC, and that there was a comet impact, which could be interpreted as God sending something to create a flood. Like, but there's no evidence for like the ark because there's the deluge myth, like the story of the flood exists in a bunch of other religions, and it's not always an ark. And yeah, Ancient Aliens is fucking ridiculous because they don't consider any other options. But one time I was watching it and they were like, "What if the ark was a DNA bank? Instead of having two of every animal travel, like how the fuck did they all travel to the fucking Middle East again on this ark or wherever the fuck Noah was supposed to be? What if it was a DNA bank, male and female, of every animal? Like, start thinking about these things in like technological ways or scientific ways, like Hindu gods having flying carpets with a structure on it. That's a spaceship. I'm pretty sure the Hindus even straight up say that their gods had spaceships. Maybe I don't know, but oh my god, I'm going on and on and on about nothing. I love mythology. I just no, yeah. Seriously. Also, I read the other day like about I don't know why I was reading about Adolf Hitler. Um, but that he hated Judaism, but he also loathed Christianity. I had no idea that he hated religion. Like, obviously, hating religion doesn't mean you're just as bad as Hitler. He loved his mother. Does that make? Am I fucking Adolf Hitler because I love my mother? No. Like, obviously, one of the worst pieces of fucking shit in human history. But I think, you know, MCU Loki was right when he said, no one good is ever truly good, and no one bad is ever truly bad. And also, like, people who think that it would be totally okay to go back in time and murder Adolf Hitler as a baby, Like, really? Like, really? Yes, he grew up to be a horrible, horrible, horrible person. But newborn Adolf Hitler was a fucking innocent baby that didn't do anything. And he was also abused by his fucking father. So maybe, I don't want to excuse things, but I think that having a piece of shit father led him to that. Um, he loved his mother, but he didn't love Christianity, his mom was a Christian or a Catholic. But, like, he also was obsessed with mythology and was chasing mythological artifacts. So that just it makes me feel like a piece of shit. It makes me feel like I'm like him, but I'm not. I'm not. I like mythology, and I just want to know what the fuck he was chasing. And what did he know? Because, there's all kinds of things about, like, aliens with the Nazis, and, like, the tall white Nords being the Aryans, and, like, and the tall whites being Nordic looking aliens. Or the tall white Nordic looking humans being Aryans, and then a alleged group of aliens that resemble tall white Nordic human beings. And, like, there's so many, and, like, Norse mythology, and oh my god, there's so many things that just, what the fuck did that bastard know? What fucking aliens was he in communication with? And also, the fact that right after World War II, a bunch of Nazi scientists were brought to the US and they formed NASA. Like, is that not sus? Does that not make anyone suspicious? Like, I mean, they just pardoned a bunch of Nazis and gave them jobs, but it was specifically a space administration, implying that they know a lot about space. Maybe I'm missing something, but, like, holy fuck! And then the 1950s, right after World War II, all kinds of alien shit and technology just boomed right after that. Well, the booming of technology was kind of thanks to Japanese and German scientists. Okay, so now I'm just been on this fucking pause screen forever. My god. Oh. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, like why the fuck do people hate Jews? Why do they hate Oh, Judaism, like, the afterlife is similar to the Greek afterlife, where you all go down below, but you're just sorted accordingly, and you don't go to heaven. Well, but, like, there's a thing. Norse mythology, people who Odin favors go to Valhalla, which is like heaven. Well, people who God favors, it's not about being a good person, it's about God accepting you into heaven. Well, there you go. Like, even if you're a good person, if you don't believe in God, you go to hell. If you're gay, you go to hell. If you mix fabrics, you go to hell. Well, I don't know how many sins you need to commit to go to hell, but, like, there's a lot of good people that would end up in hell because they broke the rules. If you have sex before marriage, you go to hell, or it's a sin. But God, well, Jesus will forgive you. So what the fuck? Um, Also, Odin went searching for wisdom and then died on a tree for 9 days and was stabbed in the side with a spear. And yes, 9 days is not 3 days, but nine is the square root of three. 3 to the power of 3. 3 times 3. No, 3 to the power of 3 is not. It's 3 times 3 times 3. I think. 3 to the power of 2. The square root of 2, or the 3 is the square root of 9. 9 is 3 squared. And Jesus Christ died on the cross when he was 33 fucking years old. He was 33, and Odin was on a tree dead for 3 times 3 days. Like, but there's also all that resurrection cult, the death cult with dying before you die and becoming the god, consuming the god to become a god, and the psychedelic wine and precursor to the Eucharist. And oh, I think I'm a lot more like open to a lot of spiritual things, a lot of religious aspects, like not necessarily certain things, but like I'm open to the idea there might be an afterlife, and I'm open to the idea that there might be people in other dimensions that communicate with people when they're on fucking psychedelics. And I don't know. And like the third eye shit. There's a fucking fibroma on my pineal gland, which is the third eye, the cyst, some kind of cyst on my pineal gland. But yeah, like why was I look. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, I stopped in the middle to talk about Odyssey, but yeah. Okay, so if you liked the video, hit like. If you really liked it, then subscribe, comment, and share. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Check out the links in the description. Do whatever else you need to do or want to do on Odyssey if you're watching it on there. I'm Anti-HyperLink. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, shoe. What the fuck? What the fuck? Was I not? Was I loud enough? Was I loud enough? If you liked the video, hit. Oh, do we play? What? If you liked the video, hit. Oh, do we play? What? If you liked the video, hit. Oh, like the Wii game with the billiards. Like the Wii game with the billiards. If you liked the video, hit like. If you really liked it, then subscribe, comment, and share. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Check out the links in the description. Do whatever else you need to do and want to do, and honestly, if you're watching it on there. I'm Anti-HyperLink. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, shoes. Finally.